Welcome to this edition of the Desert Vision presented by U.S. Army Central. I'm Staff Sergeant Dae McDonald.
And I'm Sergeant Nicholle Salvatierra.
Coming up on this edition of the Desert Vision, the Bob Hope journeys to Kuwait delivering supplies. Service members participate in a friendly competition with Kuwaiti forces, and residents across the AOR are encouraged to take precaution and plan for mail delays this holiday season. First up, we'll head over to the port of Shuaibah, Kuwait, and catch up with specialist Nicholle Salvatierra.
Thanks, Staff Sergeant McDonald. Hey everyone, let's hop aboard the United States naval ship Bob Hope and see what it takes to transfer a variety of military equipment to a new unit of soldiers arriving into theater.
So my name is Warrant Officer Danny Da Silva, and I'm here with the 652nd ETO out of Fort Todd, New York, conducting port operations here at the port of Shuaibah in Kuwait. Right now we have the Bob Hope behind us, which is one of the larger vessels in the LMSR fleet that we have, that the ETO that's on ground, along with the 840th and the 595th Brigade, are conducting discharge operations. Some of the key points to this mission is the utilization of green assets along with contractor support. A lot of them have been here for a significant amount of time and have worked with Army contractors in the past. So bridging the gap has been pretty easy for us as the ETO coming on ground, because most of the contracts that are in place with the Kuwaiti personnel, they've already established. Being that this is one of the high visibility pieces, I think that all the entities on ground had a very intricate part in having everything culminate together so that we can expeditiously move these pieces off and forward as a team.
When the Bob Hope is not completing missions in support of wartime operations, it serves as a training vessel for exercises such as Big Logistics Over the Shore West or Big Lots West. Back to you guys in the studio.
Recently, soldiers of the 112th Cavalry Regiment participated in a live fire exercise on Camp Beering, Kuwait.
We obviously got the 10-2.
A 3-week exercise on Udari Range near Camp Beering, Kuwait meant the end of a tour for a Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 12th Cavalry Regiment.
There's so much that goes into it, so it's a great experience for the younger guys. It's a great way to build teams because they go through the whole train up together as their team, squad, and the platoon. So it gives young leaders a chance to exercise their initiative in some situations that they haven't been in before. It gives junior soldiers just a chance to build confidence in their basic soldiering skills.
Confidence was built along the exercise as infantrymen and Bradley crew members built up from team to squad-sized elements.
A lot of us haven't really worked together at all. So from the team live fire to us screaming and saying, hey, get to your spot, to these guys actually knowing where they are now, it's definitely a big improvement, definitely a big change.
A crawl, walk, run approach to training helps soldiers reach their individual potential, according to one Charlie Company infantryman. I
think the best place for me, the best place that I learned was probably on the ground. I was able to point out a lot of my flaws and pick up where I need to work on the most. I really think it's cliche, but shoot, move, communicate works a lot.
1st Battalion, 12th Cavalry Regiment will soon return to Fort Hood, Texas, where they will enter their normal training cycle. For U.S. Army Central, I'm Army Sergeant Nicholle Salvatierra.
The 3-week exercise focused on live fire team and squad-sized dismount engagements, as well as Bradley targeting and maneuver.
Using different social media programs gives service members, government employees, and family members many ways to stay in contact with family and friends, but it can also make everyone targets for cyber attacks. Be selective when sharing information. Ensure everyone practices good operation security. Update your social media privacy settings. Turn off any app's geolocator. Avoid being a target for hackers. Treat your social media as if anyone can see your posts.
A simulated battlefield was implemented into the combat life-saving course here on Camp Arifjan. giving service members a more realistic idea of what to expect when performing life-saving measures in an austere environment.
Today, what we're doing is we're reenacting some combat scenarios for our Combat Lifesaver course, which we just completed yesterday, and which graduated 35 students. Combat Lifesaver essentially is the connection between point of injury, battle buddy aid, and a 68 whiskey combat medic.
This is breathing, you've got a tourniquet, blood.
Unfortunately, many of the injuries the soldiers sustain happen, and there isn't a 68 whiskey necessarily near them, but there's always a battle buddy, and there's what we're trying to do is ensure that there's always a combat lifesaver relatively close to them as well.
Oh, definitely something we're going to keep, and definitely something we're going to keep improving on to make sure that these soldiers are getting the best training available out there. Especially, getting to Kuwait and then moving forward to other austere locations, it's vital to their skills to be able to have that hands-on kind of training in a live environment.
Let's go! Let's go, you got two things, let's go, tactical
Put him on the
scale.
Doing this real-life simulation would definitely prepare you for a mission. As far as your posture, how you will respond, and your overall, your mental as you go through that. So I think that helps more than anything else. Repetition makes, for a good performance.
Service members graduate from the course fully trained and able to perform life-saving procedures in a combat environment. Training between the United States and Kuwaiti forces just got more interesting. Sergeant Dylan Grace takes us to a friendly competition that seeks to strengthen our bond via hand-to-hand combat.
They're worried about somebody basically...
Soldiers from units stationed in Kuwait represented the United States in a combatives tournament against Kuwaiti Special Forces soldiers. The rigorous competition was designed to test the soldiers' skills and build the relationship between our two nations.
This is a very important experience, both for us. It helps us better understand our counterparts and be able to appreciate what it is that they do on the day-to-day. It's a great experience, and I hope to see some fresh faces on the next round.
It actually felt really good. Put the time in as far as the training, and then just to come here and compete and win, see it pay off. If you just got to keep going, keep moving, have perseverance, and just keep fighting.
For the 371st Sustainment Brigade, I'm Army Sergeant Dylan Grace, Kuwait Special Forces Compound, Kuwait.
Though both teams were represented by some of the best members within the U.S. and Kuwaiti militaries, it was the Kuwaiti Special Forces team that took home the gold.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Abdullah, and on behalf of the Army Surgeon General, this is your Army Medicine, Be As Healthy As You Can Be, Health Minute. The holidays are here, and this is one of the most exciting times of the year. During this time, we are likely to eat more and exercise and sleep less as we focus on spending time with our loved ones near and far. Nevertheless, the holidays don't have to be a time for losing your health focus. If you have set a goal for number of steps taken in a day, keep that up. If not, use this time as time to set such a goal and stick to it. Don't let all those walks through the malls go to waste. Count those steps. Don't neglect fruits and vegetables as you enjoy fun holiday food. We recommend 7 hours of sleep per night during the holiday period, and always take care of yourself and your family during this festive time of year. You can do it. For more information on sleep, activity, and nutrition, visit www.performancetriad.mil. Army Medicine, one team, one purpose, conserving the fighting strength since 1775.
Next up, Sergeant Thomas Crow captured the collaboration between senior non-commissioned officers from Jordan and the United States as they develop a new training curriculum for Jordanian NCOs.
Sergeant Major Patricia Wall from MAP J, Military Assistance Program, Jordan, and currently standing at the NCO Academy here in Jordan. We are partnering up, helping them redesign their academy NCO POI development.
Building the scenario in the past, it was like handled by officers, but now we are office on NCOs and we are build the scenario, so I'm very proud of that and very thankful for our partners from United States.
Command Sergeant Major Samadi, he's the Commandant of the NCO Academy, and we discussed basically the way forward, what their expectations were of us, and along with our Sergeant Major and our team, we discussed what we could provide.
I would say this is the center of gravity for the whole military. To make the change in our military, we have to focus on this school. If we change our POIs, and we are working on that right now, have the best instructors and staff with the best equipment, all of that can make us achieve our goals as NCOs and as a military as well.
This level of training is the start of an enduring partnership that focuses on tactical proficiency and leadership skills.
In the event of an emergency situation, such as a mass casualty incident, the United States Military Hospital Kuwait has a program in place to provide blood for those in need. It's known as the Walking Blood Bank. The program allows volunteer donors to give blood samples to provide eligibility at the hospital's laboratory. Pre-screened individuals provide a ready pool of qualified donors with confirmed blood type usable in disaster situations. Patients are not deferred for acquiring vaccines, having cold or flu symptoms during screening, or for traveling to malarial endemic areas such as Afghanistan. Everyone is encouraged to donate. You can do so at the Troop Medical Clinic on Camp Arifjan between 1300 hours and 1600 hours, Monday through Friday.
It's the holiday season, and that means it's time to break out the trees, lights, and candles. But what do these three things have in common? They are all potential fire hazards. So make sure to keep lit candles away from things that could catch fire. Make sure you don't overload circuits by plugging in too many lights. Make sure live trees are watered to avoid drying out. And lastly, make sure to have a safe and happy holiday season.
The German Armed Forces Proficiency Badge, or GAFB, is earned in a competition that tests agility, strength, and mental toughness in its participants. The next package will highlight two soldiers in the 1st Theater Sustainment Command in their quest for the GAFB.
Today was a great opportunity for us as Americans to come together with the German military. Just finished doing the challenge and swim. I did it in a great time of 2:37. I'm happy to make it to the next stage and looking forward to the physical fitness part of it.
This morning we had the swim qualification test. So once we pass the swim, we move on to the physical agility test, where we start competing for either bronze, silver, or gold. This physical fitness test, I enjoy it because it's something different. We don't get to do this every day. It's not your push-up, sit-up, 2-mile run. It's a plethora of just different events that we get to try out that we wouldn't normally get to experience.
I think I did it right. I'm looking forward to the rest of the event. Rock March is next, and that one's I'll do good on that one.
You got it, buddy. You got it.
Early this morning, down here by 05, and we headed out all the way to Zone 6, and we did a 9-kilometer rock march. I got a little blister, but I'll live.
You're more likely to actually ruck in a combat environment, so this is a better preparedness for combat, I feel, than what a lot of armed forces do.
We just finished the GAFB by the shooting range. We shot the 9mm, and we had to hit the target 5 times. Ended up hitting 4 out of 5, which qualified me for silver. I'm pretty excited. It's a great event.
Looking back, it will help you identify which skills you're weakest in, and that way you can go back and work on those skills for either future challenges such as this, or just for your own physical knowledge.
I was strong in the swimming. I was weak in the hang. You know, I need to work on that. But now that I did it the first time, next time around, I know exactly what to train and what to expect. And it shouldn't be that hard to get gold next time.
GAFB events include a swim test, a physical fitness assessment, a ruck march, and a marksmanship test with an M9 pistol. Speaking of the holidays, let's face it, we'd all love to receive our mail faster. However, we're just going to have to exercise patience and proper planning if we want to unwrap anything in time for the holidays. Sergeant Jacob Hearn will now inform us on what to expect this busy holiday season.
Care packages are an integral part of morale for soldiers deployed abroad. These gifts from home often include candy, games, and other products that are hard to obtain where the soldier is stationed. The most important aspect of these packages is the connection that it can create between the soldiers and those they've left behind. Camp Arifjan is the home to the Joint Military Mail Terminal. Its job is to process the mail quickly and also to ensure that there is no contraband or dangerous materials being shipped through. Large pallets of mail are moved from the trucks into the facility. More than 1 million pounds of incoming and outgoing mail are processed here monthly. Once secure, the large pallets are unwrapped by workers and are prepared for X-ray. The facility uses a large X-ray machine to check the entire pallet. If any of the boxes inside the pallet look like they could have contraband or pose potential threat, the pallet is set aside so each box can be X-rayed separately. Next, after the pallets and boxes have been processed, one APO is chosen at random to be inspected by a military working dog. The dog sniffs each box separately and is trained to find a variety of contraband and chemicals. Finally, once all pallets and boxes are inspected, everything is loaded up and shipped across Kuwait. Remember, the holidays are right around the corner and mail is likely to get backed up. These are the deadlines for shipping holiday packages to Kuwait. If you wait until after these dates, chances are your soldier won't see their package until next year. Reporting with the 1st TSC, I'm Army Sergeant Jacob Hearn.
So I've already completed my holiday shopping. What about you?
I am almost there. All I need is to get my white elephant gift.
Well, you know, the PX sells out really fast, so you might want to chop chop. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Desert Vision. For these stories and more, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/US Army Central.
And check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/US Army Central.
I'm Staff Sergeant Dae McDonald.
And I'm Sergeant Nicholle Salvatierra.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy Holidays.
Thanks for watching.